Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stack, man. We back. Sorry about the last video with the volume, man. I got a new microphone. I'm trying to test out my new mic, get it to work. But hey, man, we covering the Tupac trial day one. Keefe D facing life in prison. And guess what, man? That dummy was he eliminated his jury. What you mean, Coach One Stack? Man, he wants the judge to judge him. He wants the judge to hand out his sentence. Normally, the jury is the one that will have, that gets to pick your sentence, because this is first-degree murder, and you can get life in prison, which that is what he's facing. But, man, let me get into the video, man. I want to break it down for you guys real tough. Hey, I went down to the courthouse as promised to try to cover it, but you do have to put your name in a lottery just to get in the courtroom. Then when that's full, because it ain't no room in the courtroom, hey, you had to put your name in a lottery just to sit in a overflow room to watch it. You dig? Because they're not going to be they're not streaming the jury selection. They're going to be streaming the actual trial, but not the jury selection. So I'm going to be bringing y'all stuff every day. Once I do my due diligence and give you guys some information to let y'all know how this court stuff goes. But Keefe D did some very interesting things in that courtroom today. Let me get into the video and show you.
It is different from how we usually do it.
I got it.
No? Okay. Mr. Davis, my understanding is that Mr. Sanchez made you aware that you have the right to have the jury sentence you if they come back on a first-degree murder verdict. And you have decided to waive that right. Is that correct?
That's fine.
Okay. So what that means is when I am talking to the jurors, I'm not going to tell them what the potential penalties are for first-degree murder. Additionally, I'm not going to ask them if they can abide by those penalties and come up with a sentencing agreement or sentencing decision. And then at the end of the day, if that is the verdict, it would be me sentencing you on that.
Now press a pause. Now, I want you guys to see what he did. What he's doing is normally the jury, right, would say, hey, for this crime, you can come back with the sentencing of life in prison without the possibility of parole, life in prison with the possibility of parole. We have many different types of life out here in Nevada. Okay, I live in Las Vegas. We got a 20 to life. We got a 40 to life. We got a 10 to life. We have many different types of life. But to me, y'all tell me, it looks like he's already feels defeated. The fact that he's even thinking about getting sentenced and how he will be sentenced. If I was on the offensive and I hadn't done anything, I wouldn't be the least bit worried about how I'm going to get sentenced. But this is definitely completely unorthodox at what Keefe D is doing. So basically he's putting his fate in his life in the hands of the judge when he's sentenced, basically saying, hey, judge, I want you to sentence me. I don't want them to hand down the sentence, because guess what? That your jurors could be Tupac fans. You never know. So could the judge.
As well as the enhancement. Is that your understanding of everything that would happen given this waiver?
Enhancement.
Yeah. So in general, the defense would have, the jury would be able to sentence you on the first-degree murder portion. That carries either 20 years to life, or 20 to 50 years, 20 to life, or life without the possibility of parole. In any case, if there's an enhancement, and in this case, there are two enhancements. There's both the gang enhancement as well as the deadly weapon enhancement. That is left up to the judge.
Now, guys, let me tell you about these enhancements. What an enhancement is something that enhances your crime. In his case, his enhancements are use of a deadly weapon, and they're using the gang enhancement. They're saying that he did that the Tupac murder, man, was in furtherance of the Southside Crip gang, street gang. So those are enhancements. So what'll happen for those of y'all who don't know, when you get an enhancement, let's say, for instance, Keefe D is sentenced to 20 years to life for the murder of Tupac Shakur. Well, if they hit you with an enhancement, it's normally going to double. That means but they only can sentence you on one enhancement, even though he has two. So your enhancement would double his time. And normally you would serve your time concurrently, means all together at once. Well, now with your enhancements, they do what's called, you're gonna serve your time bow-legged. It's gonna run bow-legged. It's gonna run consecutively back to back, which means he will have to parole off the first 20-year sentence after completing a minimum of 20 years, which would put him in his early 80s, and then he would start serving time for the weapon or the gang enhancement, which either way it looks, people, is life in prison for Keefe D. He ain't getting out. Drop in the comments, man, what you think he gonna get.
In this case, if it's a first-degree murder, that has to be an equal and consecutive 20 to life sentence or life without the possibility, well, 20 to 50 sentence, 20 to life, or life without the possibility of parole. So that would be up to the judge sentencing, no matter what the jury found. I'll give you a moment to consult with Mr. Sanders.
I have a question while they're talking. Because you intend to panel in panel 36, is that 8 and 2 instead of 8 and 1?
Yes.
So it's 10 total.
Yeah, so I'll go over that. The general guidelines at this point. Once I finish with the canvas.
Thank you, Honor.
Okay, Mr. Davis, do you understand then what we've gone over?
Yes.
Any other questions that I can answer at this time?
All good.
Okay, and you wish to waive your right to have the jury sentence you on the first-degree murder if that is the verdict?
Yes.
Now, see how she keep asking them, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Hey, man, because what happens is people like Keefe D, who've been to prison numerous times, think that they can play the system. They think they smarter than the judge. But hey, man, you know, here's the thing. Keefe D's whole defense is based upon the fact he's saying that he was not at the scene of the crime. Guys, you're not at the scene of the crime, you can't be convicted of a crime. But too bad he wrote a book and signed off on it. Too bad you had all the interviews on VladTV and other platforms. Too bad you had a proffer agreement, which you was snitching without paperwork and did a proffer agreement, signed for it, and thought he had immunity. And it was a proffer agreement, and a proffer agreement is just immunity for 1 day. So basically, guys, you have a Fifth Amendment right for your right incrimination, and Keefe D waived that right by doing his proffer agreement and telling on himself on all of these platforms. If I'm moving too fast, hey, guys, y'all put Fifth Amendment in the comments, and I'll break down what your Fifth Amendment is and why it is so important for you to remain silent when you committed a crime. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Okay, perfect. I will have the stipulation and waiver of penalty phase or penalty hearing filed. That should cut down the potential for how long this trial will last. Previous discussions had been 4 to 5 weeks. Is that still accurate state to qualify the jury for?
Yes.
Hey Reggie, sorry to interrupt, but I want to let our audience know if you guys are fans of UFC.
I believe that's reasonable. I do have one.
No,
Yeah, I believe that's reasonable. I do have one concern that's popped up that I wasn't anticipating. I might be asking the court for a day to depose.
A day.
A day to depose Steve Wilson on August 19th. So apparently my office had submitted a deposition subpoena for Mr. Wilson to make an appearance on a separate issue that's not related.
Unrelated to this case, you have a legal matter.
Correct.
That may have to occur.
And that would be on the 19th.
Okay, and let me look.
Now, my concern is, of course, I would have moved it, but the problem is, though, that particular
And it would be in the
issue.
afternoon?
And guys, y'all know I don't like to waste your time, man. I'm just giving you all the gist of everything. Now, you know, they talking about court dates and jury selection and all that. Man, I'm bringing you guys in, man, because I really want you to watch this from day one all the way till it's over with. So you know how these jury selections go, especially in the case of Nolan Wells, which we will be bringing more content about Nolan Wells. I don't like to smear his name, and they have not dropped any evidence. But you guys really need to watch this Tupac trial to see how they pick in the jury, how the jury works, how the loopholes work. Because hey, y'all know y'all gonna come back on my channel with this Nolan Wells case and be wondering why was the jury like this? Why was this like this? Well, this is a prime example of where we can start from day one, and you can see how these trials go, so you guys are better educated. Like I said, I'm not teaching you how to commit crime. This is for educational purposes only. But your boy Keefe D, he did himself a disservice. Y'all let me know if he did himself a disservice in the comments by wanting the judge to sentence him. Like he put his fate in the hand of the judge. Guys, it's like O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson was found guilty for that crime in California. When he came here, they gave it to him. They giving it to Keefe D right now, not for the murder of Tupac, because being someone that's prior law enforcement and a person of color, I was told in my very first gang assassination that people don't care about people of color taking each other out. They said that it's they call us a self-cleaning oven, so to speak. So it's not that they really care about Tupac being gone. It's the fact that Keefe D was basically thumbing his nose at the police and at the system and throwing it up in their face. That's why they wouldn't give him bail, y'all. But make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. I won't tell. Can you dig it? But you know the rest, people. Be blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure you never, ever get finessed. And keep your damn personal business off the net. Bars. And check out this next video.